Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Oh, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Pour a cheerful toast and fill it, happy anniversary. But be careful you don't spill it, happy anniversary. Oh, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
Fred, you remembered.
How could I ever forget the happiest day of my life?
Hi everyone, I am Pam and this is
Melissa.
We're client care coordinators. Today we are actually here to talk about something very important. It is our assessments and our care plans. Now, I know that I've called several of you on different occasions and asked you before you go see a client if you have read them, and sometimes you have not read them. So I just want to make sure that you understand that this piece that Melissa and I take a lot of time to put together for you after meeting with the family is it's just a capsule of what's going on for you when you walk into someone's home so that you have an idea of what kind of care that they do need. We're going to go through some things with you today. I want to tell you that the purpose of the assessments and the care planning is to, one, identify opportunities to support personal care. Two is to reduce health risks and fall risks. Three is to enhance a person's daily living. Four, identify other conditions that may be impacting health, function, and quality of life. And five is guidance of needs, both personal care and companion needs. So this includes understanding what matters most to the client, to the family, and to the people caring for them. The information gathered also helps the office, staff, and caregivers provide the best possible care. At home instead, understanding the individual's needs and care goals, as well as addressing the family's concerns, are crucial throughout the time we care for them. Melissa and we conduct assessments and quality assurance visits and phone calls throughout the individual's experience with Home Instead. Our care plan provide direction for individualized care of the Home Instead client. The care plan is a way of communicating and organizing the actions of the caregiver or caregivers depending on the amount of care an individual receives. As a person's needs change, the care plan is updated to reflect the individual's current needs and appropriate levels of care. Involve your clients in ongoing discussions about what matters when it comes to their care. How do they want to be cared for physically and mentally? Each person is different. It is not a one-size-fits-all. The care plan is tailored for the care to the individual, which ultimately increases the effectiveness of the care. The care plan is designed to improve the day-to-day experience for the person and family members.
And I'm going to kind of jump in here, Pam. So when we call you guys, I know I have several times, and I ask if the care plan is still working for you. So that just emphasizes everything that Pam just said. Everything is individualized for each client. And since you are working with the client, you are our eyes and ears. Please let us know if any adjustments or changes need to be made.
Mm-hmm. So at this point, we're going to open up, we have our iPads and we're going to open up and look at the care plan together. And so the first paragraph, I want to say the first paragraph is wonderful. I mean, Melissa and I do our best to just capsulize what's going on, but there's so much more down below, so don't forget to read on. This is just a brief synopsis of what your client needs. So that's where it says care goals. And we put, as I say, we put as much information as we can in that little paragraph there, but you need to read everything. The next one is the demographics. Maybe Melissa would like to describe some of that for us.
So in the demographics, we give you as much information as we can. So in the time that we're in the home, we gather the date of birth. Now, there are some ladies I just do not feel comfortable asking how much they weigh. So you will find that blank sometimes. Their marital status, if they're widowed. Now, if they share those details with us in that window of time, we will definitely put it in there. If they have a specific religion, who they live with, their past profession. So you will have an idea of what things you can talk to the clients about to kind of bring up information about them. It really pulls you away from answering those personal questions about yourself and delves into talking about your client so you can get to know them better.
The next section is the activities of daily living. This is very important, this one. So this is going to tell you whether this client does need help with ambulating or transferring. It tells you whether they need assistance with bathing and what type of assistance, whether it's hands-on, whether they need a sponge bath, that's listed there. Cognitive impairment, whether there's any problems there and they need help with cueing. Continence care. So whether the person is needing help, with even catheter care will be there as well with the continence care. The dressing and grooming is listed, and that's, helping them even picking out their clothes or, helping them with their brushing their hair, brushing their teeth, any type of grooming that they may need. Eating, so eating is more for me, that's you're actually having to hand feed that person or cut their food up for them. Maybe they need it cut, into small pieces for themselves. And then, toileting, whether they need any personal care with their toileting needs, whether it's even just walking them to and from, making sure they get there to and from safely. That will cover that part of it. Melissa can go on into the instrumental activities of daily living.
IDLs. So in the IDLs, these are for, it does have an area for bathing, and that's if we just stand by to assist, where we are in close proximity to the client because they feel more comfortable with us in their home while they're taking their shower. Dressing, stand by to assist would be the same thing, giving them a little discretion, but we're there in case the need arises. Light homemaking, housework, that, and sometimes I put a lot of detail in there, especially recently, because we don't want anything to be missed. So light homemaking, there's a level of homemaking in everything that we do. So if we're assisting with a shower, we need to clean the bathroom on our way out, and that includes the toilet, mopping the floor, taking the garbage out of the bathroom. Part of homemaking is making sure all the trash cans in the house are emptied and then taking the trash out at the end of your visit. We're always wiping down the counters and sanitizing, sweeping, vacuuming, mopping, changing linens, making beds, doing laundry, and that would be wash, dry, fold, and put away. Those are some of the things that we do. Medication reminders, we are allowed to remind. And so we do offer that to our clients, but we do not touch their medication. Preparing meals. So in my assessments, I do try to put a lot of detail in there, unless the client says, I'll talk to them about meals. And I will say, please talk to the client about meals. But sometimes if they're just waking up when you arrive, I'll put some great ideas of things that they gave me. A poached egg or a scrambled egg with toast, black coffee, those details will be in the assessment for you. Sometimes they want us to make their lunch before we leave or plate a dinner. Or maybe they eat their main meal in the afternoon and we're just doing a snack for them later.
Melissa, what do you do if you don't know how to cook something?
YouTube.
Or I have on my phone all recipes. I love
That's right,
all
all
recipes.
recipes.
I use it quite a bit just to come up with some fun new recipes for myself even. But it's lovely because they even show you a videotape of how to make something. So, you know, if you have an iPhone and you can download that app, I highly recommend it, all recipes. But also just call us if you need a little assistance with some cooking things. If you have a good meatloaf that you can make, that goes so far. You know, they can make sandwiches out of it. They can do, you know, freeze some of it. And you just need to have a couple good recipes in your pocket so that you can, you know, help these clients that would like homemade fresh meals, because a lot of them don't get that.
Right, and everybody goes for a good chicken salad.
Yes, chicken salad's wonderful.
So it doesn't have to be elaborate, just
No.
enough to get us by. Most of the folks that we're working with are just looking for some nutritional balance and a tasty meal. So all recipes is a great idea to download that app.
You can Google just about anything.
And transportation is also a service we provide. And with the transportation, it will be marked whether you take your car or if you take the client's car. The thing about transportation is you always have to remember that you can never, ever, ever be a passenger in the client's car. Ever.
Who wants to be?
This is very true. And also, if they live with a family member, we cannot take their family member with us either, unless there is an exception. So that's when you pick up the phone and call the office.
Yes.
As Christine always says, pick up the phone and call the office. So we can take our clients to doctor's appointments, to the grocery shopping, to the library. So one thing is get their nails done. One thing you have to keep in mind is you might have somebody in your car. So make sure your car is neat and tidy and wiped down. So
And your air conditioning's working, please.
yes, so everybody's comfortable. Now, if you have, everybody has little issues. I have a little issue with mine right now. My air's not blowing as cool as I'd like it to, and I need to get it in to get it serviced. So if you're having that problem, please let staffing know so they can make alternate arrangements for the client. Okay, so those are the instrumental activities of daily living, or the IADLs.
Our next section is the medical conditions. So this is where we will list anything that we know about the client, whether they have congested heart failure, whether they have a hip replacement that they're coming home, whatever the medical problems are that they are experiencing are ongoing, we'll list it in medical conditions. Also, what their hearing is like, whether they have good hearing, poor hearing, need hearing aids, their speech, their vision, swallowing, whether they're on oxygen, all those types of things will be listed in the medical conditions. The next one is our mental behavior conditions. This paragraph is very important. And I want you to know that you all play a very important role when caring for your client that is living with dementia. Many times you are the eyes and the ears for the client, for the family, and for the office. You may say things that medical professionals and family members do not pick up on. It is very important for you to recognize when your client's condition has changed or if the dementia-related behaviors have increased. Report any of important information to Melissa or to myself in order to update the care plan. For example, if your client's symptoms of Alzheimer's disease progresses, they may need more assistance with grooming. So you need to record the changes in the log notes, and this allows other caregivers to read and implement new interventions if needed. Please make these in your log notes, please make them in bullet points and make all of your notes short and to the point and easy to read for the other caregivers.
And no conjecture, only facts of
Correct.
what is happening.
I also love this section because when I'm meeting with a family for the first time and I know that their loved one has dementia, I will ask them I show them our symptoms. We have a list of symptoms, and I show it to them and ask them to please check off what their observations are of their loved one. And that gives us a better understanding of their dementia. So please read each of those because they're listed from frequent mood changes, if they have short-term memory problems, if they have speaking and conversing problems, anxiety, paranoia, the list goes on. It's a wonderful capsulization of where they're at in their dementia. And we also have a paragraph for the triggers, something that sets them off that we know about and that we know how to handle that and redirect them.
Now, if we don't know that in the limited time we're in the home, and these are things that you're seeing, please reach out to us and let us know so we can put that in there for so another caregiver, if they go in, it's helping them be successful as well.
Mm-hmm. Again, this care plan is for all of us, and we all want everyone to have input into it. It's not just something that Melissa and I input. We need your input into this care plan. So I just want to reemphasize that. Melissa, do you want to go to allergies?
Sure. Allergies would be listed next, and you'll have a list of whatever allergies the client might have, whether it's seasonal, hay fever, penicillin, or if there are food allergies. Please pay particular attention. And in my little synopsis up front, I always say see details throughout. So there's a lot of detail in here. Next we go on to elimination. And this will let you know if your client has incontinence problems of urine or bowel, if they wear briefs, and if they wear the briefs for protection, full protection, or if they're just for accidents. And then we will leave notes to assist with elimination, changing briefs, taking the client to the bathroom. Those details can be found there.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think I have to say this, but I just cringe when everybody, and even a family member sometimes will do it. I just cringe when I hear the word diaper. It's not a diaper. It's a brief. It's a depend. That's just a dignity word to me. Mm-hmm. So I don't think I need to remind you. I've never heard a caregiver refer to it that way. So I'm very happy about that, but I do want to emphasize that too.
Yes, definitely. The next area are medical supplements. Now, the most that we do with medical supplements is we remind. So in this area, it will let you know who takes care of the client's supplements. And if you are reminding, and if you notice that the client's not taking their medication or something's happening, that's when you would pick up the phone and give us a call so we can reach out to the family member and make sure that they're getting their medicine, because that is so important. Mm-hmm. The next area is ambulation, and I'm looking at this one, and this gentleman gets around with a walker, a wheelchair, and he has a scooter. But we have to stay close to him when he's ambulating because he is a fall risk. So all of those details will be in there, and right under that are the transfers. So if they're a light assist, or if they transfer independently, if they're a heavy assist, you'll find that under the transfers section. And like on this one, there's a step down onto the porch, so we assist that way, and into and out of the chair. You want to get the bathing, grooming, dressing?
Bathing and grooming and dressing. I know we have clients sometimes that it's very difficult to get them into the shower. But so frequency, we may not always have filled out of how often they're to shower and bathe. You hope that they're going to bathe for you 3 times a week. Some clients would like a shower every day. Wonderful. But that's going to have to be something that you're going to learn as you are with your client. Getting to know your client will be important for that one. And then, it will, this section, whatever we do know, whether it's a sponge bath, whether it's a shower. I don't know too many clients that have baths that actually get into a bathtub. I don't know too many that do that because, I may have one in many years that does that, but it's not easy. And then, of course, how much assistance they may need with their dressing is listed there, and whether they have dentures and their skin care. So those types of things are in your bathing and grooming and dressing. Meals. Melissa, you want to talk about meals?
Sure. So under the section of meals, we have a lot of options if we're going to be cooking, preparing, and or feeding. How the client's appetite is, if they have a good appetite, if they have a poor appetite, that'll give you a general idea of what you need to do and where you need to put your focus. So in this particular assessment, the daughter does the shopping, but we always fix this gentleman breakfast, and he always has fruit, water, orange juice, and black coffee, and we offer toast, scrambled egg with cheese, poached or fried egg. So it gives him some choices, it gives you some choices, but it also lets you identify what is the thing that you'll be doing when you go in. And then I try to go over the meal choices with the family if they know, just to make it a little bit easier. And so with this gentleman, we always offer choices, and we always make sure he's drinking enough water. And I think we can say that for every one of our clients, to always offer that oral supplement, especially at the end of the shift, making sure that they have a full glass of ice water before we leave. Not that they always drink it, but we have to offer it. Mm-hmm. So it gives you, if they have swallowing issues, encouraging liquids, which we always do.
Mm-hmm. Driving, so this will tell you in this section whether you're going to use your car and report your mileage, or whether you're going to use the client's car. I do find that a lot of times the clients like to use their own car because they're comfortable in their own car, know how to get in and out of it, and it's just more comfortable for them. But as we all know, not all the clients have cars anymore. So that's why when we mentioned earlier to make sure that you have a clean car that has air conditioning.
Yes.
And it mentions that most of these transportation needs are for doctor's appointments and for errands. As you know, many people, especially right now, don't want to go to the grocery store, and they're relying on you to do that. So that is what describes driving. Exercise, important.
That's always important. And I will try to put in, if they do have a exercise that rehab is left, that we'll be doing on the days that rehab does not come in. We always want to continue to encourage the clients to do that. Or walking, even walking inside the home, walking from the bathroom to the front door. We have a caregiver that she's so funny. She makes a loop right around the dining room when it's time to go to the bathroom, and she does her little thing and he follows. So we're getting those steps in, we're getting that exercise. We always need to encourage that movement.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I have some clients that will, before they even get out of bed, we're doing stretching exercises in bed. So, just try to encourage the exercising, that makes them stronger. So that's important.
And if you see a client that is declining and they're getting weaker and they're not able to walk as far, or there are any issues, please pick up the phone and call Pam or myself so we can intervene, talk to the family about getting some PT or OT in the house.
Yes, that's important for us as well. Mm-hmm. Sleeping patterns. So, sometimes when people come home from rehab, we don't know, family doesn't know, they don't know how often they're going to be getting up to go to the bathroom if we are doing overnights. So this is going to be important for you to let us know too if we have a sleepover, but it's really a stay awake because you're getting up more than twice throughout the night to assist them. So just let us know, what's going on with your sleepovers when needed. And always, if they are stay awake shifts, I'm sure stay awake, check on the client regularly. If they're sleeping, just poke your head in to make sure that everything's good. I don't have any stay awake shifts where the family, they want you to bring entertainment for yourself. Read a book, bring your iPad, a Kindle, whatever it takes to keep yourself awake and alert. That's, important, of course. Anything you can add to that?
No, I
Sleepovers,
think
stay
you got
awake,
it.
yeah. Oh, and sleepovers, you may, I know I would, you want to bring your own things to sleep in. You might want to bring your own pillow, your own blankets, that type of thing is find that out, but a lot of times that's what's expected as well. So equipment and environment.
Oh, there we are, equipment and environment. So when we are in the home, we do a home assessment, and we'll get the details if they have bed rails on their bed or a hospital bed, bedside commode. If they do have a bedside commode and they are using it, please make sure you're sanitizing that when you come in. Grab bars, if they have a lift chair. So all of these things, shower bench, handheld shower, will be listed in this area. And sometimes they don't have those things when they come home from rehab, but we're working with the family to get them there. But always pick up the phone, give us a call and let us know. There is no shower chair in here, and we can let you know when you would expect that item to be delivered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pet care. So this is just going to tell you whether there's a dog or a cat in the house. I know some of you have allergies, so it's important for you to find out from staffing if there are any animals in the house. And please, if there are cats in the house, please help them with the cat litter box. That's just part of it. Can you imagine an 80, 90-year-old person? It's difficult for them to get down and change and clean a cat box. So, that cat probably means everything in the world to that client. So we want to help them keep the room sanitized, keep the room clean, keep the smells in the house down, and let them still be able to enjoy their animal, their loved one, their little pet.
Well
Poor
said.
Paul.
Next, we have the daily routine, and we do our best to figure out the daily routine. And so in this one, it just says gets up around 10, bathing, grooming, dressing, and then breakfast, med reminder. So, and then goes through the afternoon, what he enjoys to do, watching TV, going for a walk. We will fill in as much as that as we can in the time that we're with them. Sometimes right after rehab, they're not in the mood to do much of anything, but as they get stronger, those will change. So again, call us, let us know what it is that's changing on this assessment so we can add it, so it can be as full of information for you as possible. So under the activities, if they like sports, if they like to watch birds, if they like to color, if they like to go to the library or just go sit on the beach, those are some things and suggestions we'll put in there. Now, if that changes and they don't like to do that anymore, and that's happened, please give us a call and let us know so we can update the care plan.
Mm-hmm. Yep, those things, the activities and the daily routine, I will say a lot of times I don't get the daily routine, or if I do, it's just, he gets up, he goes to the bathroom. It's not detailed enough. And I know that when you were there in the house that you do get more details. And there is nothing I love more than going to visit a client that has a routine that the caregiver put together so that the next caregiver that may be filling in for that person knows exactly what that routine is, so that the client feels very comfortable with you stepping in and going through the routine of their life in the morning and how everything's run with the other caregivers. So if you have the opportunity to do something like that for us and for Home Instead and for the client, that would be very helpful to have a routine and a schedule written out for them in the home.
And it makes the client feel much better.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody stepping in and kind of having something to go by, and makes you more comfortable, which in turn makes the client more comfortable.
It does. So our ongoing assessment and customized care plans are important resources to ensure personal care. But ultimately, it's you, the caregivers, that play the biggest role. You are caring for the clients with a lifetimes and experiences and stories. You are making the difference in their lives because of the care you are providing. So we can't stress enough the importance of contacting us with any changes or updates that are needed in the care plan. So thank you all for everything that you do for Home Instead and enhancing the lives of our clients. You are all wonderful, and Melissa and I are going to be starting to contacting the clients and seeing if we can go back to our home visits, which she and I know we both are very excited to be able to get back into the homes because both of us have been vaccinated, and most of our clients are too. So I think we're all feeling a little more comfortable with us coming back into the homes and saying hello to everyone and helping where it's needed in the homes. So thank you, and call us if you have any problems or any concerns or suggestions. We love suggestions as well.
Thanks for all you do.
Bye.
Oh, hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk with you about professional boundaries. So I need to get ready for work, and obviously I don't want to be chewing on gum. Not too good. I'm going to put my phone on silent because we want to make sure that when I'm at the client's house, I'm not being distracted by my phone. And of course, we all know that already. Sometimes it's tempting. Then we want to make sure we just look professional for our shift. So I've got my handy Home Instead polo. Hopefully you guys are all taking advantage of that. So we're going to get ready for work today. You want to remember, you want to wear your disposable mask once you get to your client's house, because we need a disposable mask on. And it's always good to remember, you want to get rid of any animal hair, anything like that. Make sure your clothes are good, ready to go, looking professional. So glad to have you all part of our team.
Hey, it's great to see everyone. I am Ruby, and most of you have met me during the interview process. I handle recruitment, and right now, Home Instead has a high need for caregivers. Most seniors are opting to stay at home where it is safe for them, and there are so many that need our help. Since we all know what amazing heroes all of you are, we would love to encourage you to tell your friends and family about us. We do have the referral bonus in place, which pays $50 after they are hired and work 50 hours. We also have our monthly raffle where we pull names for everyone who has referred an applicant to us, regardless of the hiring status. I can't wait to meet your amazing friends and family. Don't forget, they do need to put your name on their application in order for me to know who sent them. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Hi caregivers, my name is Sarah. I am the service manager for Home Instead. A lot of you already know me, but for those who don't, I wanted to make sure I introduced myself and let you know. Today I'd actually like to talk about clocking in and out and the new process that we had to come up with. We are no longer allowed to clock in and out caregivers without their written authorization. So what will happen is when you get to your shift and you go to clock in, well, the clock-in's not taking. So what we're asking you guys to do is to please keep trying to clock in until it takes through your entire shift. Once you clock in, then you can submit the missed time or the missed clock in and out report. You have to fill it out completely. The information has to be accurate. So it's going to ask your name. It's going to ask your client's name, the date of your shift times, if you need more education on clocking in and out, or if there's a specific reason why you can and cannot clock in and out. So once that form is submitted, it then authorizes us to go in and adjust your shift time to being on time. If you don't fill out the form, we are not allowed to adjust your shift time, and it will cause you to lose hours. So when you get there, clock in. If it does not take the first time, keep trying to clock in. Once you're clocked in, submit the missed clock in and out report, and Lisa at the front desk will adjust your shift time. Now, if you can also not clock out, what you're going to do is the same thing. If you can't clock out, you're going to go ahead, before you try to clock out, complete your tasks, then clock out. Now, we are not allowed to complete your tasks for you either. That is falsifying documentation. So you must have your task complete. And if a task was not done, you must give a reason why it was not done. Shower, not needed this day. Client did not need to go anywhere. Client refused to put pants on today. Anything like that, any reason that you have come across that is why the task was not completed. Once you complete your tasks and you try to clock out, it won't let you clock out. If you submitted the form earlier because you were having trouble clocking in, we will clock you out. But the form must be turned in. Now, if you didn't have a problem clocking in, you didn't have a problem doing your tasks, but you can't clock out, just submit the form with all the proper information and we will clock you out. If you have any questions or need me to go over it in depth for you so that you can understand it, do not hesitate to call. We are here from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. We're here to help. So again, what this form is, if you can't clock in, keep trying to clock in till it takes. If you can't, submit the form. If you can't clock in and you submit the form, what we will do is we will clock you in and then we will ask you to go in and complete your tasks and clock yourself out. Any one of those scenarios can happen, but that form is only to be used if you can't clock in or you can't clock out. And once the form is submitted, you will have a conversation, either email or telephone, with Lisa or myself or the scheduling department or even Christine to what needs to be done for your next step. What we really need you to do is really try to make sure that you're remembering to clock in. And a good scenario is your seat belt. You get to your shift, you unclick your seat belt, you clock in. You leave your shift, you click your seat belt, you clock out. Click it, clock it, click it, clock it. It has to be done, and any way that we can help you get this process going, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. That is what we're here for. And again, I just want to tell all my caregivers, I appreciate each and every one of you, and especially how much you have gone above and beyond to help us cover all these large amounts of shifts, and I know you're getting tired. But please, anything we can do for you guys, we really appreciate what you do for Home Instead and our clients. Those clients depend on you, and so do we. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for everything you do every day for us.
Hi everyone, it's Colleen, and I want to talk to you about vacation time accrual. You must work an average of 20 hours a week to earn paid vacation time. What we do is we add all the hours that you worked and we divide it by 52, and as long as you work 20 hours, you will earn paid vacation time. Every year after the first year, we take what you've accrued, divide it by 5, and that is added for paid vacation time for every year. To earn your paid vacation time, you must get in all of your annual review paperwork. You have 30 days from the date of your anniversary date to get that into Nicole, or you forfeit your paid time off. You can go online to the Caregiver Connection and fill out the paperwork there to get it in, but it is a requirement to earn paid time off. So please get that in promptly. Paid time off cannot be taken from November 15th to January 1st. What that means is you can take the time off, but you cannot get it paid. So please remember that when you're looking at your paid time off. And remember, you have a year from the date you earn it to use it. So please get your paid time off in there when you want to Sarah at least 2 weeks in advance. Thank you and have a great day.
Hey everyone, I'm Melissa, as you know. So just wanted to talk a little bit about PPE gear. So as you know, as always, call the office. So if you are in need of more PPE gear, call the office ahead of time. I'd say about 5 days ahead of time. Make sure you do not run out before you call, so we can make sure that you and the client are kept safe at all times. When starting your shift and you go into the client's house, please remember to wash your hands and frequently throughout the shift and before you leave. Remember, paper masks only, no cloth masks. They are not approved. We can mail out the PPE gear, however, we would like to reserve that for people that can't come into the office or live far away from the office. So if you're able to, please come in and get more. You will get gloves and masks for a month. So again, wait about 4 or 5 days before you run out. Please call us and let us know. It's easier if you tell us ahead of time, so we're not rushing around when you get here. Yeah, so please make sure you're wearing all your proper gear working with your client. And I think that's all I have for right now. So love you all, miss you, and I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day.